We're back, bitches.
We're back. We're back in black. You fucking black.
What is that?
You don't know Back in Black?
You look just so fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I don't have a mustache. Whatever, dude. Get away from me, you freaking mutt. Ah! Dude, I don't like this guy.
He loves you. Look at him. He loves you.
We're friends, but he gets too close and he messes with my allergies.
You had the mustache to protect the dog hair from getting to your nose.
Now I don't.
Cut it off like a fool.
I look so ridiculous, dude. I hate it so much.
You look like the great Khali.
I do look trans.
You look ridiculous.
The other night,
Stelio Cantos.
Shibumi put my hair in pigtails, and I thought it would be funny just to go on stage like that and say I'm trans and just do my material I have right now. Just be like, yo, I'm trans. Fucking black guys are weird, right?
You should do that. I wonder that would be a fun experiment. Remember, what's her name did that? Was it Bonnie McFarlane?
Oh yeah,
did
yeah.
that,
Where she was the dude.
Yeah, went on stage as a guy and just bombed.
Yeah.
Was like, I suck at comedy. I can't be. We should try that out.
I'll go on stage and say I'm trans.
Yeah, I'll throw a ponytail on.
Let me show you the picture real quick so you know.
Throw some purple lipstick on or something like that.
Look at that.
It doesn't look much different than you are than now, actually.
Yeah, but that's the hair makes me look like
you seem like very comfortable with that look.
I seem like a jacked chick.
I mean, I wouldn't say jacked.
I would.
Maybe a little bloated. Maybe.
Yeah.
Are we gonna, sorry for the delay. Also, it's been.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben's been depressed and he keeps delaying it.
I didn't want to see your face at the San Diego. That was hard for me.
Yeah, it was tough.
We left.
We're moving on.
We were so positive. That last episode, I listened to it. We were like, yeah, we're going to go to San Diego. We're going to have a good time.
It's going to be so much fun. It sucked. We bombed that shit. That was our worst bomb ever.
That was crazy.
That was our worst. We started off the weekend with our worst bomb ever, which led to like just no matter what happened the rest of the weekend, we were mentally destroyed.
Just you put it perfectly. It was like living with like a PTSD. Like a war vet.
Yeah.
Because there are times we were just in the crib at the whole Airbnb or whatever. One of us was just like, "Fuck!" We just
we're just losing it.
Just started screaming out like, "Yeah, that was crazy."
That was our first time having a real bomb.
A rough way to find out. There's no way to describe what that felt like.
Yeah.
Where the whole room just stares at you like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?" Like,
that was tough, dude. But look, we made it. We've made it back better than ever.
And you abandoned me in there.
Oh yeah, I just left you. I just started to walk away. You went on after me. I'm like, dude, I can't be around this. I just walked away.
That was crazy.
I thought you'd be fine. I thought, you know what, he's gonna crush. I just gotta walk. I had to get this out of my head.
It's crazy that you left the room with that energy and was like, all right, the next comic's gonna be fun. They'll figure it out.
Well, it sounded like you were when I first left.
The next comic who's even less experienced than I am.
That was so tough.
They'll
dude.
figure it out.
Do you know what was the worst part of the weekend? Was about earlier this week in my car. So this week in my car, I was what was that?
I don't know.
Theo blowing his nose or something?
I hope that was, or maybe it was his ass.
So this week, we were in San Diego, what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
This week, I was driving my car, and all of a sudden, something just started to smell in my car. I was like, what the hell is that, dude? So I was like driving, it smelled so bad, I thought like something died in my car. So I pulled over, and I look under the hood. Because I'm like, dude, do you know how rats could get, like, in your engine? And, like, I thought maybe one got in there, and I was just burning it up or something. And it was just, like, dead, decomposing under my hood. Wasn't there. I'm like, what is that, dude? So I'm driving around. I can't figure out what it is. That night, I get home, and I'm, like, looking. I'm like, it smells like it's almost coming from the back seat. So I go in my back seat, and I find this bag underneath the chair, underneath the seat in the car. It's Ben's milk that he bought while we were in San Diego, open, and it had spilt all over. It's in like a plastic bag, and it leaked all over the back seat, dude. Like not the seat, but like all into the back, under the car, under the seat. And dude, it smelled so bad. I threw up in my mouth. It smelled so bad. I got rid of it, and the word you had like one sip of milk, and then you just left the rest in there open, like just to smell at my car.
Oh, I forgot it. To be fair, it wasn't on purpose.
Why would you get milk in the first place?
I like to make milkshakes with my ice cream.
You didn't make milkshakes.
We were driving. It was hard to do in the car.
When did you get it?
What do you mean? When did I get it? I got it on the night of the first bomb, Friday night.
We didn't even go in my car after that.
Well, then I got it Saturday night. I don't. No, I got it Friday, and then I didn't eat it because I couldn't eat after that bomb.
So then you just like, I'll leave this in his car.
Yeah.
So you saved it up till the next day because we didn't go in my car till the next day.
Well, I'm not gonna. We were still in the Airbnb, so I was, I'm not gonna throw it away. I'll eat it the next day.
Yeah, this will still be
But
good
then I woke
if
up
I
the
leave
next
it in the
day,
car.
and I was like, I still want to kill myself, so I'm not in the mood to eat ice cream.
When did you put it in my car?
When we left the Airbnb, that's when.
Why would you think milk would still be good after we leave it in the car all day and do shows?
Well, I mean, a couple hours will be fine. That when it's next to the ice cream, it stays cold. So it was, and I took the ice cream out, and I was melted. So I was like, I'll just drink this by itself.
I'll just drink this and leave the milk in here for 2 weeks.
I didn't know it was in. I thought
Dude, it was the most disgusting smell. And then I told you about it, and you're like, "Yeah, you were getting a little too high and mighty." I thought I'd take you down a peg.
If it was on purpose, that would have been fucking.
That
hilarious.
would be hilarious.
God, I was trying to think about like I've been having like flashbacks of just the sets of San Diego, and I tried to leave the stage. Like when I left the stage, I couldn't even like say my name properly because my last joke just bombed so hard that I heard people in the crowd going, "What the fuck?" I heard them like audibly going, "What the fuck was that?" So I was like, "All right," but I sounded like a Porky Pig.
That's all, folks.
I was like, Ben Gordon, and I just walked off the stage. Someone named 3 times. I walked off the stage with my head down and
then I'm like, "How'd it go?"
I was, and then my phone was dying. I couldn't get back to the Airbnb.
I gave you a charger.
I didn't know where I was at.
Yeah,
it was like
that was me, dude.
it was like Saving Private Ryan when the guy's arm gets blown off or whatever. He's just in a daze walking around the battlefield. Like I don't know what's going on. It felt like that. Well, I mean, I don't know what's happening right now. I hear bombs going off.
So I was talking with Sam Brillhart like 2 nights ago, and he was saying how he had to do this show once where he like was dressed as a wizard or something, a warlock. They booked him like as
Sam is a comic in LA who he dresses as a wizard, a chicken.
Yeah. So they had him do for sure. They like booked him as a warlock, and he said like he was doing this stuff, and he was at one point he had like fake blood capsules in his mouth, and he said it bombed. So we just bombed with like fake blood capsules. But I was thinking, we like started talking about it. I'm like, that'd be so funny. Just like as you're bombing, I'm just gonna sort of always keep fake blood capsules, and then just if I start bombing, I'll just throw those things in and fucking have blood start to pour out of my mouth, and then just fucking I don't know what you could just.
But I do this when I'm stressed. I bite my cheeks when I'm stressed out. I puncture the vessel.
I think it would be funny too you get one of those fake tongues and you have fake blood packets, so you pretend to like bite your tongue off. Is this what you want? And you just like throw the tongue into the audience.
Oh, not you're an alt comic now. That's what it sounds like.
But dude, you have to turn alt if you're bombing bad enough.
I gotta learn how to. That is something I gotta learn how to do. Is like,
I think fake blood packets could be the perfect way out of the bomb.
That's just another bit. So if that bombs, also, what do you?
That's what we were laughing about too.
It's like really, this isn't doing it for you guys either. What the fuck? You're not appreciating the commitment to the bit, no?
Just the him bombing as a wizard with fake blood capsules in his mouth.
He is someone who knows how to. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like when he bombs, he's just like, all right, whatever. Fuck it. Like,
he makes it funny. He knows how to handle it.
You end up laughing.
He doesn't spiral.
Eli is good at that too. When he bombs, he's just like, fuck you. I'm not bombing anymore.
The only time I've seen Eli legitimately bomb was that black show we did. Remember, because the first week he killed.
Oh yeah.
That
was funny.
He destroyed this. We did a black room. It was like an apartment in Inglewood.
That was great.
He killed. It was like 30 people, right?
Yeah, in Portland, Jordan.
It was it was a dope room. And then the next week we were like, dude, that was great. We did it again. Eli's like, I'm the king of this place. He went out and he did a joke. One about like fucking his dad, right?
Yeah.
First he started talking about how he's the best athlete in the room.
Yeah, bunch of niggas in Inglewood just staring at him like.
No, you're not. And then he started talking about fucking his dad. And remember, he took out. For some reason, he was on his knees and he was doing the whole rest of his set on his knees.
Yeah. What was that about? Fuck, I forgot why he did that.
I don't remember, but I remember him talking about fucking his dad, and me and you were dying. It was because it was like seeing nothing funnier than seeing a funny person bomb.
Especially because you can't talk about incest in front of black people like that. That's
I think the funniest part too was that just a week before at the same room,
he was
the king. He destroyed.
You couldn't have had a better set the week before. And he went back, got too high for his britches. Got too big for his britches. That's what happens.
That was so funny, dude.
He needed some milk in his car to humble him. I'm telling you, he wouldn't have pulled that.
That was so dude. Yeah, exactly. But the week before, another funny thing was that he killed so hard that he stayed in the black room. We left. We were like, me and him were the only non-black guys there. And they were like, all right, dude, we're gonna leave. He's like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna bask in this for a little bit, dude. He just hung out in Inglewood.
He was
for
amongst
a
his
while.
people.
There
is a crossover where if you're as white as he is and you killed her, you are a black guy. For a couple
For
hours.
that night, he was a black guy. The next week, he went back to being a Jew in a room of Kanye's.
Yeah,
He was a Jew in a room of Kanye's that weekend, dude.
That's a great way to describe it. God damn.
Oh.
He's calmed down a little bit. Kanye.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Eli.
Well, Eli's hurt again. I think he hurt his back.
He's injured again?
He got into a car accident or something.
What?
He's always getting hurt.
He always.
You know, retribution or coincidence. I don't know. Whatever. You saw Kyrie apologize? You saw that?
Didn't he donated money to a family. It was a lady. Oh, he didn't donate money to the lady who was killed in Mexico. She was beaten by her friends.
That's not what that's just black on black crime. I'm talking about.
Oh,
he apologized to the Jews. You didn't see that?
no. What did he say?
Did you see that thing in Mexico? I forgot. I don't know her name, but Shonda, something with an S.
Yeah, they tried to blame my people.
Did they?
Yeah, at first they're like, yeah, it's fucking. At first they tried to make it sound like it was Mexicans. It was not.
You see the video?
No.
Oh, it's a fucked up video. She's like,
it's with her friends, right? Her friends.
Yeah,
fucked
it's
up, right?
just, which I don't even know why. I don't know why you'd record that, but yeah, it was just her and a bunch of her friends in a room. She's like naked.
Oh wait, was this security camera video or was
Nah,
like?
it was like someone's like recording it on their phone.
Oh shit! I thought it was like a. I haven't heard too much about it. I thought it was like a security camera video, like caught her friends fucking her up.
Nah, cause it was in the room, so there better not
shit.
be security cameras inside the room. But yeah, nah, they got into a fight and they punched her and she like falls. I guess she broke her neck on the bed when she fell. She had a broken neck. But yeah, this isn't a funny way to start a podcast.
Wait, man, you saw this full video?
Yeah.
You need to stop watching people dying videos.
It was on World Star. That's not, it's not. I wasn't searching it out.
Yeah,
It
World
was-
Star, you could kill someone and post it on there as long as it's like
Hip hop beat in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, TikTok, you could make drugs on there. I'm
TikTok's pretty crazy.
I'm on
too.
narco TikTok now, where I'm like my feed is crazy on TikTok. It's insane. I should be in jail for some of these. It's just people like chopping up cocoa leaves and making cocaine, and then I switch to the next one. It's just some girl shaking ass. Then it's the next one. It's just a bunch of black guys debating about like if they're Native Americans or not, or if they're the real Jews or not. My TikTok and the next highlight is just like someone getting knocked the fuck out. It's just insane. But
Mine is dudes with mental illnesses or like just some sort of like,
oh yeah, I get a lot of that
freak,
too.
like deformity, conspiracy theories. Specifically, I have a lot of black conspiracy theories because dude.
Well, it's just the truth. Actually, it's not when it's black. It's not even conspiracy. It's the hidden truth.
Dude, those are the best ones because they're the most insane things, and in the comments are like, "Fucking finally, someone's talking about it." And I'm not even talking about
know your truth,
dude. I'm not even talking about like black people are the real Jews. That's like if we're doing like the icebergs, that's like the tip of the iceberg, and then like you start to get underneath the water a little bit, and it's just
everything.
It's the
or
best.
where everything.
Dude.
I don't know. I gotta.
Dude, this dog farted. It smells disgusting.
What's that or the milk in the car? What's worse?
It smells like he ate some of that milk. No, this is nothing compared to the milk in the car. It was. I would roll down the windows and drive around. It wouldn't help.
I once worked at this spot back in Bridgeport, this tent place, and it was like this new warehouse we got into, and like the septic tank had like broke in like the bathroom, and whenever you open up the office door, you just got slammed with like a crazy. It was a wall of just dead animals, shit. It smelled crazy.
That's how my car smelled.
Like
dude.
my eyes were watering when you there were people who were like it was the office and the warehouse, and I was a warehouse worker. I only went in there for a couple, to punch in and punch out.
Yeah.
But they had to sit in there the whole. I was like, I used to only breathe like through my mouth when I was in there because I can't take like, yeah. Again, but it humbled me, made me a better person, made me stronger as a man, made me a better comic.
This is disrespectful. I want to just pour milk on your bed and just have you live with that.
You could try. You could attempt to and see what happens to you. I bet you lose the rest of your hair. I'll shave you bald, nigga, and then I'll scalp you like a fucking.
I would do that to you, but it looks like you're already on your way on your own.
That hurts.
Yeah,
I am
got you,
going there.
dumbass, predator looking motherfucker.
Uh,
Dumbass.
you know how it stings. You
I
also know how to steal punchlines, faggot. All right, this is a odd way to start a potty. Should we get into it?
A potty?
A potty, yeah.
Move on, dude. You fucking retard.
We gotta make it hip.
A potty?
A potty.
Potty's not. It sounds like toilet, bathroom.
Yeah, if you're 2 years old,
That's what it sounds. It sounds like you're being a little baby.
we wanna call it a pod? We wanna start the pod?
Yeah,
That sounds like a douche.
that sounds normal. Fucking what's your topic? You fucking idiot. Also, really quick, big news. This will be coming up in a little bit. We got our first sponsor finally, so that'll be fun.
We will see how that ad read goes. We will
do our first ad read today, so look forward to that.
This is a fun topic, or I don't know if it's fun, but we'll make it fun, I guess. Have you ever heard of Nat Turner in his rebellions?
Yes, very bare minimum though.
What do you
Not
know
much.
about his rebellions?
Basically nothing.
All right, nothing about him. All right, let's get into it. Nat Turner, he was a slave born in Southampton County in Virginia in 1800, October 2nd. Born into slavery, obviously. His mom was an African captured slave, fresh off the boat. His dad was he didn't know his dad because his dad was an escaped slave, so he never knew who his dad was. Which I wonder.
That he was an escaped slave?
Yeah.
That is like the epitome of deadbeat dad.
You think?
If you not only if
that's like having
you have to escape slavery to leave your family.
That's like your dad being in the NBA, kind of. It's like, yo, my dad, my dad, like your dad's an NBA star. Like, yo, my dad's an escaped. My dad got it.
Because it's easy to leave your family today. You just hit the road. Back then, you're like, no, I'm leaving this motherfucker.
Do you think it gave him extra motivation when she told him that that she was pregnant? He was like, I'm definitely getting the fuck out of here now.
I got it. That was what he needed.
Yeah, right.
To get out.
He's like, yeah, master's on my back, and she's like, yeah, I'm having a baby. He's like, all right, well, I'm getting the fuck out.
Fucking out of here, dude.
Peace. So yeah, never knew who his dad was, and he was raised mostly by his grandmother anyway. His mother wasn't really involved. She was doing other things.
Grandmother on his mom's side or dad's side?
I didn't get that, actually. I don't know. I'm gonna assume his mom's side.
Do better research. Well, that's why I was confused because she said she was
and that
fresh.
captured. Yeah,
she was first generation.
So maybe his dad. I don't know. It just
so
said,
you should know where.
It just said his grandmother.
Yeah, do better research next time.
That I
yeah,
accept
see,
that.
you should always do that to me all the time. How does that feel?
I accept it.
Listen,
idiot. I accept. This is the first time you've had a question for me, and I didn't have an answer for you. Out of what is our 11th?
Because it's not. You like to ask not important questions.
I
ask
world-filling questions that explain the context of where we're at.
What's the next fucking thing, you idiot?
His grandmother's name doesn't matter. Just she taught. Well, actually, she is important. Actually, she raised him to be very anti-slavery, which I mean, I imagine all slaves would raise their kids that way.
Yeah.
But she also raised him to be very, very devout in God. That's gonna come up into the story a bunch. But you got his name. So Turner obviously is not his real name. It's his slave name. Comes from his slave master, Benjamin Turner, who also named him, gave him his first name too. Anyway, 1810, Ben dies, and because Nat and his family, they're all property, right? They're allowed to be inherited by Ben's brother, Sam. So it'd be like, yeah, if you died and you had a car, and your brother wanted to buy the car or get the car, it's like, yeah,
that's funny to just thinking about how they used to inherit things back in the day. Like, oh yeah, you get the whatever son, you get the wagon. Oh, yeah, but you get the slaves.
You
it's
get
like,
the stable
fuck, dude,
of slaves.
I wanted the slaves. God damn it, dude! I wanted the slaves so
I
bad.
give you 300 people to do all your chores for you.
That was for the favorite kid got the slaves.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or at least the majority of the slaves.
Yeah.
Anyway, so from a young age, Nat was described as being very intelligent and bright. And there was a law at this time that you weren't allowed to teach your slaves how to write. You were allowed to teach them how to read, so they could like read the Bible and everything, but you couldn't teach them how to write. I don't know what the reason was for that. So Nat learns how to read and write, just because he's such a bright kid, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was deeply, deeply religious from a young age. Like he would have days where he would go days without. He would go days when he would fast, not eat food, whatever. We would always catch him praying, and he would recite Bible passages to, like on a whim. You could ask him like a verse, and he would be able to read it back to you, just like off memorization. And a large part of this because the way his grandmother taught him about the Bible, he viewed it all as being like extremely anti-slavery. Like he read like the Bible, they use Christianity as a way to like control slaves and like make them obedient. But the way he interpreted the stories, it was like these are all stories about slave masters being killed by their slaves, and like Jesus was like the ultimate slave who fought for his freedom and killed the slave. So he's walking around this whole fucking time just being hyped up.
Nice, hyped on God. Hell yeah.
And yeah, so in his mind, the Bible is just one big story that's anti-slavery, and he starts having visions. He starts having like just visions of like light and like what all this other stuff. But he interprets it as a message from God that he is a divine, like chosen person, and he's going to be used like as a part of God's plan. Doesn't know what the plan is, but he's like, all right, I'm chosen. So he starts walking around like he's a chosen fucking person, right?
Hell yeah.
Look like you about to say something. No?
I always wonder like what people think like when they say they have dreams and visions and stuff. Where does that? Where do you get the confidence that like a dream is like, oh yeah, that means something? Because like yesterday, I had a dream that I saw like Chris Brown at a B of A parking lot, and he like, yeah, I just was driving, and he's like, yo, what's up? And that was it. I'm like, where does it become like, oh my God, I got to go meet Chris Brown?
Well, you might be gay for Chris Brown. That might be what that dream was telling you.
No, I didn't like him.
Oh, in the dream?
Yeah,
like,
in real life, I did. Well, this is why I had the dream is because I watched, what was the new Jordan Peele movie? Nope. I watched Nope, and that's it's like an alien movie. And I also on TikTok, I saw a video where Chris Brown saying he was an alien. So that kind of overlapped. And then I saw him in the parking lot, and in my head, I'm like, this guy's a fucking alien, dude. What
the ass when you put on Rihanna was definitely out of this world. I'll say that. Wow.
Yeah, that might be why
don't spread your legs to me. Why do you keep doing this every time you sit on this couch? It's comfortable to spread your legs to me? You hear how that sounds?
Just to be like this, dude.
This is sexual assault.
I'm manspreading.
If I was a woman, you wouldn't do this.
I would.
You would have sexually assault a woman.
That's not sexual assault.
It's not sexual assault.
Manspreading. It's
That's sexual assault.
No, it's not sexual assault.
It's on audio. You said you would sexual assault a woman.
No, I would manspread if there's a lady sitting there.
That's sexual assault.
That's not sexual assault.
You're
allowed to manspread. Wouldn't be. It might be sexist. It's not sexual assault.
Have you not seen the PSA videos on the subways where girls go around? They tell guys how manspreading is dangerous and violent.
It's not sexual assault though.
It definitely.
You'd be dangerous without it being sexual assault.
God, it's definitely sexual assault. You're showing me your tiny package.
You can't even see it, dude.
That's not. That's not for the lack of trying. All right, let's get back to it. So Nat believes he's the chosen one, right? So in 1821, at the age of 21 or 22, he leaves the plantation. He escapes.
Nice.
And finds his freedom.
Finds his dad.
Doesn't find his dad. He's not that great. But
did he leave because he had a kid? His girl was pregnant. He's like, oh fuck, time to go fulfill my destiny.
He leaves up because he had the vision from God.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yeah, God, I'm having visions. I'm meant for better than this. So I'm out. I'm not doing this. So he takes off. But while he's out, while he escaped, he was in the woods. He hasn't eaten for like days or whatever. So he's like delirious. But he starts having more visions.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't eat for days. If I don't eat for days, I will have visions. I'll be like, oh fuck, I'm supposed to go find.
Some religions do that, and that's how they have like a higher enlightenment. They go days without eating.
No, I think they're just hungry and they're hallucinating.
I mean, what's her name? Harriet Tubman used to have visions too. You ever heard about her visions?
No, or her visions.
Well, she got hit in the head with a sled.
Yeah, it'll also give you visions. Yes,
with like a sledgehammer when she was like 5 years old, and then ever since then she was like epileptic and also had visions. And those visions are what helped her lead like slaves to freedom. So. Head trauma is a good.
That's a good way.
Good basis for freedom fighters.
Yeah, Chris Benoit had some visions. He had visions of the Bowflex. He's like, yes, I'll.
Well, I mean, he freed his wife and child of the bondage of life. So he has visions while he's out in the woods and he's hungry, and it's God, and God tells him to return to the service of his earthly master, to finish off like his plans. So he takes it as a sign. I gotta go back to the plantation. So he returns to the plantation a month later, after being on the lam. He gets punished, whatever, and it gets transferred to another plantation. Right, 1824. This is a couple years later, 3 years later. He's under a new plantation for Thomas More, and he's working in the fields, and he has another vision while he's working in the fields. In his vision, he says, the Savior was about to lay down the yoke he had borne for the sins of men, and the great day of judgment was at hand. So he took that as a sign that, okay, the great day of judgment is coming, and I'm going to be the one that leads us in this battle of judgment. I'm going to be the one that leads the judgment against these slave masters. Like, he's just hyping himself up this whole time. Like,
Nice.
I'm the chosen one. Uh,
Hell yeah.
so he begins he starts to have like a congregation. He begins to preach to like slaves around on his plantation, and he goes to other plantations to preach to other slaves. And he's known as like the prophet. That's what they call him, because his message is like so powerful. It's so direct and so purposeful. They're like, yeah, this guy's a prophet for sure. And his messages, his services are so like great that even white folks sat in on them. Like, white people would they wanted to hear.
Damn, that's powerful. If you could overcome racism at that time, your speeches are so good. That's like doing comedy. Like, just think of like the worst crowd you could possibly get doing comedy, and he would get them on their side.
So that's like going. I mean, that's LA crowds. It's just a bunch of young white woke girls.
Yeah, and you're like, actually, abortion is bad. And they're like, you know what? Maybe you're right.
Yeah, hunched over laughing.
Yeah.
Those sets are always the best. But you could turn when you get the person who has like their arms crossed, and you turn them to.
Yeah. He was having that every night.
Every night, yeah, he's crushing.
He's crushing it with
he's
his
touring
promises.
around Southampton County, just fucking murdering. So a couple years after this, 1828, on May 12th, he's working in the fields, and he hears a loud noise come from like up in the heavens, like up in the clouds. And he says, the Spirit instantly appeared to me and said the serpent was loosened, and Christ had laid down the yoke he had borne for the sins of men, and that I should take it and fight against the serpent, for the time was fast approaching when the first should be the last, and the last should be the first. So pretty much he's saying he's working in the fields, and he hears a loud noise, and Jesus Christ comes down himself and says, it's time. It's time to change.
Time.
The last should be first, and the first should be last. And it's time for you to lead us in this in this mission.
I wonder what Jesus looked like to him when he came down. Like, what race?
Yeah, he didn't describe him. I'm guessing just it must have been a black dude.
Do you think it was black guy?
That'd have been insane if Jesus came down. He was a white guy, and he was like, all right, go kill us.
Yeah, well.
But all he would have known was a white Jesus also.
That's the thing.
I don't know. That's Wikipedia didn't have that one. I can't.
Yeah. Or, I mean, maybe it was a real vision.
It was an Asian Jesus. Chinese.
Yeah, you don't see that. People don't push that narrative a lot.
And technically, there should be more Chinese Jesuses than anything else, right? Because fucking a billion of them.
Oh, yeah, but I think they're more realistic. They're more like, yeah, it's not. Come on, Jesus wasn't that.
Don't they have a religion called Confucianism? Aren't they confused over there?
Confucianism.
That's a terrible joke. All right, so in 1830, a couple years after this, he's purchased by a new master, Joseph Travis, who Nat described as kind, but not kind enough. I added that last part in there, but he did describe him as a kind man, but
Yeah.
he's not kind enough to make up for the sins of all white folks and all these slave masters and shit. It is odd to me also that this is like his fourth fucking slave master.
Yeah, he's getting traded, dude. He's like the old veteran who can't find a team to be on. They keep trading him around.
He's like the Gerald Green of fucking. So he begins waiting for a message from God to know, quote, when to slay my enemies with their own weapons. That's what he was waiting for.
That's sick.
He had a lot of dope quotes throughout his fucking life. So on February 12th, while he's working in the fields, 1831, he looks up and he sees that there's a solar eclipse that was blocking out the sun, right?
And he just stared at it.
Yeah, he goes blind, becomes Daredevil. So this was a huge, like, this is like a recorded eclipse. It blocked out like the sun in most of the southeast U.S. Right?
Dang.
But he sees it as a black man's hand reaching over the sun, and blocking out the sun.
Oh, so God was blacking his head, probably.
In his mind, he was like, this is
In his disturbed mind.
in his mentally deprived mind. I mean, he definitely had like schizophrenia or something, or epilepsy. There's something going on there today that would have been diagnosed for sure. But he sees it as a black man's hand reaching over the sun. So he's like, all right, this is the sign from God that it's time
Yeah.
to do it. So he goes and he purchases some muskets because they were allowed to do that, I guess.
As a slave, you're allowed
As-
to get muskets.
I don't know what the system was, obviously.
That's
but
crazy. We've always had some loose gun laws, even when there's. Yeah, where was he again? Which state?
Virginia,
Virginia. Okay, yeah.
the right to bear monkey arms. All right, that's that's terrible. Oh, I'll cut that. He gets muskets, and he goes to some
Talk about a loose background check. So, Mr. Slave, what are you getting these guns for? Not to kill white people, are you? No. Just gotta defend the property.
We're getting a lot of them. We're getting like 70 of them. This is quite a few muskets.
You're not planning anything, are you?
But he was, and he goes to he had a couple people he trusted, and he goes to them. He's like, all right, this is what the plan is, and how we're gonna whatever initiate this thing, and to get the they can't speak openly about this too much, so they have to like spread the message through like songs and through dance and like through stuff like that. What's up? How is that funny?
Just like a musical of we gotta kill the white man. It's like, yeah.
It's like Stomp, but just in the fucking fields. I mean, this is part of the reason why black folk are so rhythmic.
It's also funny that white people can't understand like anything if it goes to rhythm. It's like, yeah, we're gonna kill their families.
They're just like, God, what is that beat? God, they're so synchronized. How do they do? They're doing like a interpretive dance. They're like, it's clearly like, we're gonna kill these guys, and the white people are just like, oh my, look at the way they move. It's so graceful. That is funny.
Yeah, still couldn't understand for some reason.
They're hiding messages in food, and it's too flavorful. They can't taste it. All right, I'm a hack today. Goddamn.
You are.
Most days. Anyway, so they planned to attack. The plan was on July 4th they were gonna go out and attack the plantations. They wanted July 4th to be Independence Day, so they were gonna be like, this is our Independence Day.
Yeah, nice.
Also, that's the day where most people they would have been like distracted doing other stuff, so easy day to do it. Unfortunately, Nat gets sick instead. He gets like some disease, so he can't. They have to push it back, right? So
that's funny to push back a revolution because you have a tummy ache.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, can we do this next week? Actually, my belly hurts. I can't do it.
That must have been. I wonder what the signal to cancel it would have been. That must have been tough to be like, it's off.
Cut it.
So August 13th. This is hard to. All right, so on August 13th, there was a volcano exploded in Sicily. Right.
Okay.
A volcano explodes in Sicily, August 13th. It put out a lot of like ash into the air, right? The ash in the air and all this stuff created like such a it messed up the atmosphere a little bit. This is not how science is described at all, but like there's so much ash put into the air that it like fucked up the light in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So out in Virginia, which is miles and miles away, there's like a weird like foggy haze in the air, and it's like bluish greenish like light in the air.
Oh, and
like,
you're like, this is the sign.
He's like, this is another sign.
This is it for sure. This time.
This is the sign.
This guy's been in signs since he was like 12.
Everything is a sign from God. If it rains too hard, he's like, this is a sign from God that it's time. So he's like, all right. It's just funny that like he's like, this is a sign from God, and then in Italy they're like, what the? This is a sign from the devil. The world's ending. Fucking volcano in the sky is just black. Like, what the?
This is a sign of the end times.
Yeah.
He's like, this is just the beginning.
This is a sign from God that we are going to die. Like,
we're gonna get out of here, dude. Finally.
So August 21st, which is like a week after this, Nat begins his rebellion finally. So him and 70 other slaves and some freed black folk, they travel on horseback, and they begin going to. They start off with his masters, and they start killing.
Was that the guy who said was a nice guy?
Yeah, the guy said was not nice enough. Right?
Oh yeah, he was kind.
Travis,
I had to kill him.
So
that must suck to once they show up with the muskets. You're like, oh fuck, that's what the muskets were for.
So they didn't even use the muskets because the muskets were they were like, these are too loud. They're gonna cause too much noise, and it's gonna be too obvious that something's going on. So instead, they just used knives and hatchets and blunt objects. Like this was a
Oof.
brutal fucking.
Dang.
And they, I read this thing. It made me laugh my ass off because they were killing everybody like men and women and kids and shit.
Oh shit.
So for the Travis family, which was Nat's slave master, they killed Travis. They killed Joseph Travis, the dad.
Uh-huh.
They killed his wife. They killed the maid who was just sleep. She was sleeping at the time. They killed her anyway. They killed his 9-year-old son. Right. They left, and then 2 slaves went back because they're like, wait, we left his baby in the crib. They went back and killed his baby too.
Oh shit.
The baby
Damn.
was like 6 weeks old, and they went back and killed it.
And so at that point, you're kind of like, well, we were kind of right about these guys.
They're probably this is pretty savage. Hey, I'm not saying you guys are savages, all right, but this is pretty savage. What you guys are. But in Nat's mind, he was like, yeah, everyone involved in this has to die. But Nat himself only killed one person.
The baby.
He killed this lady, Margaret Whitehead, which is a great name to kill if you're gonna kill a slave master. But also, I mean, he's my hero, killing a white bitch. And the way he killed her like a Tarantino style, he smashed her head against a fence post until she died.
Damn.
Which is badass. So in total, they killed over 60 people on this plantation. Ooh. And they in the surrounding area, right? And they got so crazy that the government. So there were militias that were around, like in North Carolina and other states, Georgia. They had to come in, and they sent their troops in. I think they sent like 150 fucking troops in to handle this rebellion.
How many were there?
70.
70. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they sent 150 to like 200 militias had to team up and come in.
Damn.
To shut this down, right? So the militias come in, and so they're like near Norfolk, which is I think it's the capital of Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there are reports that the rebellion is it's like spreading to as far as North Carolina, as far as Alabama. That's where. So it's getting traction.
So other like slaves are hearing about this and like, all right, let's join. Or was it just them?
So there were other rebellions that had happened years prior, but they weren't as successful. But because of this one, this was obviously hugely successful.
Yeah.
There's surrounding plantations and surrounding masters, whatever, got nervous. They're like, oh, this is gonna spread. This is for sure gonna have an impact on my place, whatever. So they went in there. They're like, we gotta send a message for all the surrounding plantations, whatever.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 weeks, these militias went to Norfolk. They just started killing black folk everywhere, like people who were freed folk too. People who weren't even slaves, they're killing them. People who had nothing to do with Nat Turner and like the rebellion. They're killing so many people that like the general of the U.S. Army had to step up and was like, hey, stop. We have to stop killing black people, but not because they're people, because they're property, and we're damaging people's property.
That would suck if like someone's like pet got loose and fucking like someone's pit bull got loose and fucking killed a baby and like went on a killing spree. Like someone had like a bunch of pit bulls and they got out and all of a sudden dudes come into your house and start like shooting your labradoodle. It's like, whoa, what the hell, dude?
You just compare slaves to pit bulls?
I'm just saying from their perspective I'm not agreeing with this. I'm saying from the perspective of a slave owner, that is your property. So it's like, whoa, that was that guy's pit bull,
I'm not
dude.
saying they're dogs, but in their eyes, they're dogs.
You know what I mean? Well, like you said, it is property.
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to be funny. It is, to be like, yo, it's like a gun owner. Like, they're taking my guns away from me? Like,
yeah.
My guns are fine.
Yeah, someone does a school shooting. It's like, no, we got to take all guns away. It's like, whoa.
I'm responsible.
Mine's
guns.
in a safe somewhere, dude. It's mine.
It's locked up. I keep it shiny. So because government property was being destroyed.
I wonder if any guys were like defending their slaves because it's their property. Like guys would come on and like try to kill their slaves. Like, whoa, fucking back off, dude.
Well, that's part of the reason why the general had to step up because whites weren't getting killed, but they were like, what the fuck? I had nothing, like my plantation is on lock and key.
Yeah.
Like nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah.
Back the fuck up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
All right, we're back again.
We're back, baby.
So, like I said, people's property is being destroyed technically. So the state of Virginia reimbursed plantations for their lost slaves, for their killed slaves, which was probably a good time to kill like one of your own old slave. If you had like an old slave who like
Oh,
wasn't productive, you just kill him and be like, hey, he was caught up. Like, yo, one of these
yeah.
guys killed him.
It's
Reimburse
like an
me.
insurance
Yeah,
for like burning down your business for the insurance money.
yeah.
It's like,
I'm sure.
whoa, someone got one of mine. Oopsies.
I'm sure a couple of them got caught
Yeah.
up in that. So when it was all said and done, 200 black folk were killed. 200 slaves and freed folk were killed throughout this 2-week period in retaliation to the 60 plantation owners, whatever.
Oh,
So
they only got 60 total?
the rebellion caught 60 total on the.
I thought they like started off with 60 and then they moved out and got more.
They started on that plantation with 60, but then the militias immediately
yeah.
moved in, so they had to run off and escape and everything.
Do you know how many white folks they got total? Or was the majority of it that first 60 they got?
I think majority was that first 60, and then there were responding rebellions, in the coming years and everything. But I
Yeah.
didn't do crazy
Yeah,
research into those
just this original one.
because Nat's the only one that mattered
Yeah.
to me. So for a while, Nat is on the run. Like no one can find him. He's whatever. And then October 30th, a white farmer, Benjamin Phipps, he finds him hiding with the Nottoway people, which are a bunch of It's a Native American
Ooh.
tribe. He's hiding amongst them, which to them they probably were like, this guy's a fucking legend. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, you did what?
Crazy, dude.
They're like, we don't know what the fuck he's saying, but he's one of us. Like
Yeah.
that must have been like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like
Yeah.
that was that like personified.
That is to see like the one black guy with a tribe of Native Americans on like October 30th. It's like that's a good costume. Nice costume, dude.
That is fun.
I'm gonna bring that to a party. That's never gonna come back to bite me in the butt.
I mean, to be fair, that would be I'm just being historically accurate. That really is in praise of a historical figure if you do that.
Historical what?
I could say it.
You can't say that, dude.
Historical nigger. I'm gonna cut that out. So he finds him hiding with his Native American tribe, and he turns them in. So he,
Yeah, dude. The tribe must have been pissed. He was the king of the tribe for a minute.
I mean, I guess. I mean, he was probably dancing and rapping for them or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what. You okay?
My phone just rang.
Feminine. I don't know what that must have been like. I also don't know why he stopped. I would have kept going. I would have left. He never left Southampton County, like the place he was born in. He never left that area.
Oh, well, you probably thought the Native Americans. He's like, I'll be cool with these guys. How wild are these guys right now? The natives, are they still like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah," or do they have like what are they doing? They still scalping people? What are they doing at this point?
I mean,
Or are they just drunk and owning casinos now? Which level of Native American are they?
I imagine they're still savages back in. This is 1830s. They're still deep within their culture.
Yeah, true.
When was Wounded Knee? When did we clear that? Well, not we. When did Andrew Jackson clear them out?
I have no clue.
I think they're still running strong for another like 30, 40 years.
Oh, that's sick. Nice. So he was with the real boys.
Yeah,
Nice.
and they allowed him into his tribe. I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
They accepted him into the tribe and whatever. They loved him, I guess. Again, when he pulled up and he was like, I killed 60 white folk.
Yeah.
They were probably like, yeah, you
Nice.
are God.
You're one of the boys.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to think how to Google that. When did Native Americans stop being savages? What year did Native Americans stop being savages?
that would be a fun Google search. When were they enlightened?
Yeah.
When were they finally saved? So the farmer turns them in, and
What a dork that guy is.
I mean, you kind of have to be fair, if you're that guy.
Yeah.
I imagine there was a bounty. I don't know, whatever. So he has a trial on November 5th, 1831, and during the trial they asked him, like, do you have any regrets? Anything you feel sorry for? And his response was Christ not crucified? And that was it. That's all he had to say.
Nice. I like that.
He's just so devout, and
That's sick.
he truly believed that he was like He started like when he read the Bible at a certain point. I didn't touch on this, I guess, but he really believed that after a while, like, oh, this is my story. Like I am
This is my
Jesus.
calling.
Like
Yeah.
I am the chosen one. I am the reincarnated. Whatever. I'm meant to be destined for whatever the fuck it is. Like
Yeah. This is a lot of guys' stories. There's like, yo, I am the best. Actually,
this is Kanye's story currently. It's just
Yeah.
it's just
Well,
he's having visions from God.
he needs to go on a killing spree soon.
Or he
Just
has
kill the Kardashians.
or yeah, the JM or whatever. He has to he has to do something. It's like Nat Turner is like, oh, he's respected
Yeah.
and like revered, and Kanye is like, oh, this guy is sick.
That is true.
This guy needs help.
Yeah, he views the JM how like he thinks they're basically slave masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do sound similar, except I mean I respect Nat's conviction way more. He's actually about it. Yeah, Kanye's just bitching. He's just bitch. Anyway, so they did him filthy when they killed. They found him guilty. He wasn't able to beat the case, obviously, and they hanged him on or they hung him. I don't know how you say that, but November 11th in Jerusalem, Virginia, which
Jerusalem.
It connects with the Bible, whatever.
Trying to send a message.
After they killed him, they dissected his body. And they skinned him. They skinned him, not alive, but they skinned his body after they killed him.
Damn.
And they made purses and trophies out of his skin.
What the fuck?
And bones, or whatever, right? They also beheaded him, right? Because they wanted to send a message to the other slaves in the area, so they cut his head off, and they like passed it around for like I guess hundreds of years. So in 2002, his skull was given to the mayor of Gary, Indiana.
Wait, what? Where were they keeping it?
It was just being passed around. And then in 2002, someone came forward and was like, "Hey, this is Nat Turner's skull. Take it." They gave it to the mayor of Gary, Indiana.
As like a gift. They're like, "Yo, here's the key to the city." But
they wanted him to put it in like some African American history museum thing, which was like I don't know where'd you get this? What the fuck? So he took it and gave it. He turned around and gave it to two of Nat Turner's descendants instead, and they brought it to some DNA testing site to see if the DNA matched up. I think they're still waiting to see if it did. I didn't get the final result on that.
They're waiting since 2002.
I didn't get the final result on that.
They were waiting 20 years for those results.
Obviously not. So I didn't get the final result. But there was another head. There was another skull that somebody claimed was Nat Turner's skull, and it was being kept in the museum, but it burnt down like in 1982 or something like that. And they're like, yeah, the skull was never retrieved or whatever.
Damn.
Then, just to dig into a little bit more, there was another, while I was researching this, there was another video that popped up, and it was like, Nat Turner is bullshit. This is all lies. And it was this black dude, I think Dave Calloway is his name, and he was just like, yeah, Nat Turner's story is bullshit. This is just a way to make us I didn't really get the message he was going for. But he's one of them hotep niggas who just he's just trying to find a message in anything. So I guess there's a little conspiracy with this too. One guy doesn't believe that Nat Turner was real. Like he was like, he's not. He never existed. It's bullshit. They're trying to hype you up to get yourself hurt. Or whatever. Like he's pissed off about it. Other than that, though, that's the story of Nat Turner.
It's funny to like if someone was to give you like his skull, like the mayor, if they did that in like 2016, with like cancel culture's first coming up, it's like, oh no, I don't want this, dude. Get this away from me. Like right now, someone's like, yo, here's a skull. Whoa, fucking no, dude. I don't want this. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble.
It's huge. I've been seeing. I get that a bunch on TikTok too, where it's I get like live debates where it's people who are like blacks that are real Native Americans, and then they're
going for Native Americans now too.
Have you not heard about this?
No.
So the new,
I'm pissed about this one.
It's not really new, but it's a couple of my homies used to say this to me, that slaves were not brought to America; they were already in America. You hear this?
No.
So the slaves.
See, this is cool because I'm part Native American, so I could get involved in this and be like, "You guys are fucking dumbasses. What are you talking about? You're stealing my culture."
Are you actually part Native American?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
Just like,
no. 100%. Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah. So the idea is that when the slave ships came over here and they brought over like slaves, those weren't that's bullshit. Slaves were already here. They took Native Americans out of America and brought them to Africa. Is what the conspiracy theory is, right? Or what they're saying the history is, right? And
Yeah.
they're using what is it, craniology? They're using the study of people's craniums. They're using like skull
Yeah.
sizes and shit. And
Phrenology or
chronology, yeah, and they're like comparing like Native American skulls to like African American people's skulls or like African skulls, whatever.
yeah.
And it's there's like a Negroid skull and like there's different types of skulls that they have, and it's just funny because it's black folk using this as like they're like, look at, like, that's all the debates are on TikTok. It's like, look at the skulls. The skulls are the same. We're the real Native Americans too, people.
Wait, so what are Native Americans?
Black. They're just black.
They're
They're
clearly not though.
they're black. Although like the ones who look like you or whatever,
Yeah.
they were whitewashed by Europeans and shit. And like they were like imported in. Like, you guys aren't actual Native Americans, but like, because they have photo, like, I guess not photos, but paintings of like some native tribes, and some of them are darker or whatever. So they use that as these, like, yeah, all Native
Americans are darker. Have you seen them? They're basically red.
I mean,
The red man, dude.
yeah,
They are the red man.
look like you.
The Redskins, but darker.
I didn't say
My
that.
brother, when he gets very dark, like when he's out in the sun, he becomes purple.
It was Indian.
Yeah,
Indians are the darkest people on Earth.
Dude, when
Some
I was
Indians get so, yeah, they get so dark they turn like
Yeah.
violet purple. It's
in
crazy.
high school, like during football season, I would get like summer football. I'd get dark, dude. I'd get super dark.
You're black. There you go.
Nah, come on.
It does get a little exhausting where it's like everything is black. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Everything is black. It's just all right, now what? So now what do we do with this information?
It is. I do get it though. Like I was saying this the other day when after I saw Black Panther, and like they have the water Mexicans, and they have like Namor is like the main Mexican guy,
Yeah.
and he has like this like jewelry on and stuff, like gold. I get like we was Kangs, dude. I felt that immediately. I'm like, I need to start wearing gold chains. I gotta get
What
sick
native are you?
earrings.
Do you know? You better have a name for me too.
Dude, don't ever ask me that again. It's none of your gosh dang business.
You don't even know what you are.
How dare you? I'm something, I don't know.
It's also funny to laugh at someone like, you don't know your history.
My grandpa has it all freaking down, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know.
You were ready to defend him like 2 minutes ago.
I know it's some Native American. The only reason I know is because as soon as I heard that, I like to claim it so I could be like, "How dare you, dude? This is my land."
Yeah, I was never
That's
one of
cool.
those that claim. I mean, I can't. I'm not Native American,
Yeah.
but I got a bunch of friends who. I mean, there's definitely they're definitely intermixed for sure. There's some tribes I'm sure that had black folk in them.
Yeah, and Mexicans they're native, but they're just
But it's a different.
they're just natives who are also raped by Spaniards.
Well, or in like they got Christianity out of it. So
Yeah,
now look at
that's
them.
pretty cool.
They're thriving.
Yeah. It is funny when people are like, they claim like, oh yeah, dude, my ancestors were raped by like whatever group of people it is. It's like, yeah, also your ancestors were raping people because you are both sides.
Yeah.
They never want to claim the bad side. So it's like, yeah, you're also kind of a monster.
People gotta play like
when you
I play
think
both
about it.
sides.
Yeah.
Very well.
Hell yeah.
Black Jew, the real ones, not the.
Yeah, you're the JM.
Yeah.
You are the Jewish media.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't call it that. It's not. It's not real. But was this a bad episode? I feel like a bad episode.
I don't think so.
Felt like a very shitty fucking episode.
You always say that.
Did you enjoy?
I had fun.
Did you learn anything about Nat Turner?
He was a crazy man. He had some sick fucking visions.
Ruined
That
the
was cool.
economy and
He killed him and his boys killed an innocent white family.
disrupted the
It is going back and
The
killing
industry?
the baby is nuts.
that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot something. Fuck.
Oh fuck, dude. That's like forgetting the oven's on. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, the baby would have died anyway. It probably would have starved or whatever. But they had to make
They
sure
had
it
to
was
go
dead.
back.
Because Nat had he had a zero tolerance policy for slavery.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's.
I mean, to
tough.
be fair, if you're enslaved your whole life, there's no moral high ground to stand on.
Yeah.
You
If
get
you
mad at
have
me?
slaves, it's not like even if you are a nice man, it's like you still have slaves. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, there's no good slave man, or there's no good billionaire. You ever heard that quote?
Yeah.
There's no like honest billionaire.
What about Elon Musk, dude? He's saving
You saw
Twitter.
he brought Trump back. You saw
Yeah.
that?
Hell yeah, finally. He
This-
better start tweeting soon, dude.
This country is gonna explode.
It's gonna be so sick. I'm so hyped for Trump to start tweeting again.
Are you voting for him again?
I haven't voted for him yet. I want everyone to know that. But this time, third time's the charm. That's you can't have him run 3 times and expect me not to vote for him 3 times, dude. That's crazy. I already resisted twice.
I do think this will be the last election
Ever?
Yeah, I for America. I think after this, it's over.
What do you mean? That we just start inserting like
I think
dictatorship?
either way it goes, the country's like fuck this. We're done with this.
Yeah.
I think if Trump loses his side, it's gonna be like, oh fuck this. We're blowing shit up.
Yeah.
I think if he wins, the left.
If he wins, it's gonna be crazy.
When he won the first time, I laughed so hard. I was laughing so hard in my.
I remember I went to bed and I was like, "Oh, Trump lost," and then you woke up. They're like, "Good news, everyone. We had a comeback victory." It's like leaving a game in the fourth quarter when your team's losing, and then like you get home and it's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he pulled a Tom Brady. He pulled a Falcons versus the Patriots.
Yeah.
Third quarter comeback.
Dude.
Down 28-3. This miraculous.
He might pull another comeback, dude. But he said he was saying killing drug dealers or something, putting them to death.
Is that what he said?
I think he said something about that. That was a pretty crazy take.
That's what the guy in the Philippines did.
Maybe it's a good idea.
Duterte, you heard about that guy?
Yeah.
No? That guy was wild. I mean,
Yeah, he
he's not
went
the
off.
president anymore, but for like the 5 years he was there, he vowed to make he said, I'll make the streets run with rivers of blood.
Yeah.
And for like 5 years, I think even still today, if you go there, you can't even smell like weed. They'll kill you.
That you would get killed immediately.
That's why I can't go to Austin. That's in Texas.
Austin. Joe Rogan's fine.
Joe Rogan's a billionaire. That nigga is on top. I can't.
We should do something.
I need his blessing. I need to go to Austin, have him see my comedy,
Yeah.
and somehow say I don't suck at it, and then rise me above the law so I could smoke marijuana.
Yeah, dude, we could
God,
maybe if Trump does something about like the homeless, then I'd be like, yo, let's do it, Trump. Let's get rid of them.
I've never seen you care about the homeless once.
They bug me so much, dude. I that's all I think about when I'm in the city is I hate these guys. I told you I got sucker punched by one once, right?
Yeah.
I was like standing there on the street corner and he tried to kidney punch me and he was a little tiny guy and he was like just
You know who else got attacked by a homeless person? My sister.
Really?
One time. You're both very feminine, so.
Does she look like you at all? She might. They might have thought she was another homeless trying to take over the camp.
She
looks like you.
She's lighter than me. The story was this is in Seattle. The story was it was her and her boyfriend who was a dark chocolate man, and my sister is lighter than I am. She's like lighter than you, kind of. She's very light.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the homeless person thought she was white. So and the lady was like these fucking interracial like she was mad it was an interracial couple even though it wasn't. And so she like punched my sister in the back of the head.
That's why you should be able to kill homeless people.
I think you should be able to do it. I mean, there's only benefits. You raise the property value wherever you're at.
Yeah.
You remove.
You don't have to kill them all. Like if they're behaving.
Well, you could.
No, it's like a.
If they're behaving.
Yeah, if they're just like off in their little corner, like whatever. But if they're like causing a ruckus, it should be like a wild dog. Like once it bites a baby, it's like okay, so I can put this thing down. This thing's not doing anything for society.
All right, this was a fun podcast.
Oh, should we do ad read?
Should we do that?
Is that gonna be too much for this episode?
That might be too much for this episode.
Let's try it.
Let's break, and then we'll if it's good enough we'll
maybe next. We'll think it out more before we do the ad read.
We'll
We'll really get it.
We have 30 seconds until we have to change the cameras anyway. So,
Okay.
so let's break and then we'll shoot it and then
break.
if it's good enough we'll add it in there.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right. This was fun, y'all. Shoot out your stuff or
Just
whatever.
find me Instagram, TikTok, Logan J. Quiroz.
Louis J. Gomez, is that what you said?
Logan J. Quiroz. Don't freaking associate me
please
with the
check that
Puerto
out. Go
Rican
watch Lees and the Skanks pranking Fox News. That shit was fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
plug their fucking podcast. You're a dumb idiot. You know that?
You gotta spread
Plug
the
your
wealth.
stuff. No, you
All
don't.
10 of our followers can go check out their stuff. Relax and Laugh, Almost History Podcast, all that stuff. Yeah, leave a review if you made it this far into the episode. Get off your fucking phone.
We're done.
God, act like you care.
Later, dumbasses.
Peace.